Welcome back, everybody, where I might actually post this episode so you can all watch it. If you noticed a little delay, actually, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you saw it right as it went up. But if you were hitting F5 waiting for it to show up on on a certain website, it was
Yep.
I wrote the post, I created the whole thing, went and had lunch, and just never hit publish. Yeah, it's out there now on your local RSS subscribe feed, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Oh well.
Paul, you know what today is in my household?
First day of school?
No,
that was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Today is the annual Call Your ISP Up and Complain Until You Get a Better Deal day.
Oh.
Comes around every
Do you actually have this marked on your calendar?
I do, because the 12-month coupon, or whatever the hell they apply, promotion, if you will, mine always expires on September 1st. And so I always set a reminder for August 15th. And today is, in fact, August 15th. So I made the phone call. Actually, they're running a good deal, which I'll get to in a second, because I can't get it because I'm an existing subscriber. And, you know, why make me happy?
Yeah, why would they offer you a good deal?
If you sign up new for $65 a month, plus taxes and fees and equipment, which I'll get to in a second here, for $65 a month, they will give you 1 gig down and 500 up.
Wow.
And a 1-year subscription to either Amazon, Hulu, or Netflix.
And this is just internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm paying more for that for $330 over $30.
Plus they also give you Google Wi-Fi routers.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive.
It's a hell of a deal. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna get this, and I call them up and they say, well, here's the fine print on that. So if you're new, yes, you can get that, but the rental fee on those Google routers is not cheap. It's like another $12 a month on top of what you're already paying, plus taxes.
Is it $12 a month until you pay them off? Because you could probably buy a set of those for like $250.
I'm going to go with no. I didn't even get that far. I was like, I don't want to pay that. And then taxes and fee, all that stuff, it comes out to about $80, which again, isn't terrible. I mean, for all that. But they say, well, you're an existing subscriber. We can't do that to you. And I was like, well, then I'm just going to cancel, and then I'll be back in like, what, how long do I got to wait? What's my timeout period here? And they're like, well, let me put you on hold, as they always do. You did the same crap you go through all the time. Long story short, my internet is going from 500 down, 250 up for taxes and fees and all that stuff, something like $52 a month, to 1 gig down, 500 up for, I think, $62 a month.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's all taxes and fees included and everything else. It's like, I'll take it.
My internet is delivered over strands of hay that are tied together and strung between telephone poles.
There's actually a guy with a cup at the end listening to what you're...
I'm pretty sure.
He entered
pretty sure
Google.
I can't get that deal. Yeah. We don't have choices here. Well, we have choices. We have RCN, and then we have dial-up internet. I think.
Yeah. You could go with the satellite stuff. I hear that's expensive. That's right.
Literally today, you'll see this picture on Instagram after it happens. A satellite dish will be removed from my roof. Oh. It's been here the whole 2 years we've lived here. It's been here maybe for 10 or 15 years before that. And this house hasn't had satellite-based TV or whatever they were using it for, 15 years or something. It's just been sitting there on the roof.
Yeah. Ironically, when we bought this house, I actually ripped an antenna off the roof because they go, hey, we're not using over the air. We're Americans. We're going to get our cable.
But actually,
TVs.
It would have been kind of cool having that, right?
Yeah, and then a few years later when we dumped cables, like, damn, that antenna actually would have been helpful, because then I ended up having to run a different one outside the house. But
yeah, we don't have an antenna. We just have, I don't know what it is, dish or direct TV or something. I don't know. I'll know when it comes down. I'll be able to see the logo finally.
Fun. I don't know. I don't know what you were alluding to. I just saw your post and this picture worked. What's going on with the OneDrive? I thought the OneDrive stuff was like slowly rolling out.
They've never actually officially announced when this was coming.
Oh, fantastic.
So they announced they were doing it back in June, I think, May, June. And I think what they had said at the time was in the coming months. And so the Walking Cat found the store listings for each of the storage tiers, right? There are 200 gigabytes tiers up to a terabyte. I guess, maybe I missed this. I should say I absolutely missed this when it was first announced. Mm-hmm. These storage tiers are only for people that have Office 365 already, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you want that first terabyte, you have to buy Office 365. Then you can get these things. Yeah. But, to be honest, look at the price of the 1 terabyte. It's at $9.99 a month. So that would be $120 a year. There'll probably be a deal for $100. Yeah. That's the cost of Office 365 Home, which you technically get 5 terabytes with if you use all the accounts. Actually, it might be 6 terabytes now. Office 365 Personal, I want to say the retail price is $70, often on sale, et cetera. But let's say $70. I mean, that's a cheaper and better way to get that terabyte. Either one of those is. Plus, you get all the Office applications and whatever else you get in Office. Skype minutes that nobody will ever use, whatever. So, I mean, that sounds bad at first, but honestly, this is for people like maybe you or I who have big storage needs and want to go above that terabyte. So it's not completely terrible. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Right, that's what you get.
Xbox has died, by the way.
Like dead?
Well, we'll see. I think it's important. It's like
this is a big deal.
Well, we'll see. I think it'd be a bit tough to unplug it, but it's like when a headlamp goes out in your car, or one of the tires needs to be replaced. You want to do it's like that's not all that's wrong. Usually, like if in the case of a headlamp, probably just do the other headlamp at that point. And my computer's all screwed up, so obviously my Xbox has to be all screwed up. That's how this works.
So I just got a terrible email that I'm going to read the headline of.
Okay.
This comes from Verizon. This is the subject line. Check out a personalized video about your Verizon bill.
I say you throw it up right up there on the screen. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's probably just going to read off my social security number and my phone number. And it's like, here's what you did.
So by the way, okay, on a semi-related note, I'm going to look this up. Excuse my bright face because I'm looking at a white screen now. You're on. Jeez, I already forgot the name of the Publicist. That was it. I got an email recently from my online publicist. I don't have a Publicist online or otherwise. I'm sorry to ruin the surprise there. So I ignored it, and I was just about to hop in the shower. Publicist. Let's look at that. I can't make it come up. I guess I don't have it.
Common problem in many people's lives. There's
Well, anywho, let's see if it comes up this way. No, I don't see it, so I can't read what it says. But just about to hop in the shower today, and the phone rang, and I looked down, and it was not my area code, which is where most spam comes from. It was some other area code. It wasn't the area code for here. It wasn't one I recognized. I don't know where it's from, but I was like, better than the call from Pakistan I got the other day. So I figured I will answer this one. And it was from your online publicist. How do they? Who are these people, and why do they have my money? My phone number.
Well, clearly you need an online.
I'm all kinds of confused here. I was hoping you were going to say, "Oh no, Tina signed everyone up for this."
I don't know. Nope.
Something like that.
Nope. That was.
I don't.
Nope.
I was in a state of confusion when I answered the phone, so I wasn't sure how to handle it. But
yeah,
I just told them I was a Masonite and I wasn't interested.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe your publicist is listening to this to make sure you're on brand and on point.
I don't have a publicist.
Are you
That's
sure?
my point. I don't
Clearly
even know.
You do.
But I don't.
Well, they got your phone number and your email.
They do have my phone number and my email, and that's a little alarming.
They're just going to show up at your door with some T-shirts and other things.
Yeah, you don't know why you don't answer the phone. Here's your box of stuff.
I have nothing to help you other than to laugh at your pain and suffering.
It's weird.
You know what else is weird? Is I think the battery in this Surface Book 2 is kind of
on the way out.
Like it doesn't last very long, which is also a very common problem and nothing to be ashamed of.
I review a lot of laptops, so I use different machines over the course of a year, And when it came time to go to the Netherlands and have basically use, well, I actually split my time between a Lenovo ThinkPad and a and the Surface Book 2. But I have to say I was pretty damn happy with it. I used it a lot on the plane in both directions. I used it, unplugged in a lot. Maybe I should run a battery test on it and see what it says. But I thought it was pretty good. For whatever reason, I hadn't used it for a long time. So I used it, a lot. So I wonder, I don't know, it's like a muscle you don't exercise or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to probably look into it because I mean, this thing it's the Surface Book 2, the big one. How old is that now? What, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years this fall, right?
Yeah, and so I mean, it's used every single day on this podcast, but it's only whatever 30 minutes a day, maybe 40 minutes. Right. And it's usually plugged in, and I unplugged it yesterday, and I came back, and the battery was like dead.
So look up the command line for that battery life test, whatever it's called, and like just type in Windows 10 battery life test. It's a command line you have to run. It will give you a report, and it will tell you what its real world battery life was, but it will also tell you based on your usage and how it's been doing, what the estimated battery life is of the device.
Type in it's power config battery report. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Control C. And then it's, what is it, Windows X? Is that what it does? Yeah.
Yeah, but do go to your desktop first, so if the report prints out there, you can grab it there.
On the desktop.
So it's power config, like power CFG, and then /battery report. Is that the command line?
Yep. Battery report saved to C. Brad. Battery life. See users.
You have to go. It's kind of. Yeah. The meat of it is down at the bottom.
Hold on, I got to get there. C. Uses. Brad. Battery report.
Your battery life is 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Where's it at?
See, that would be bad.
There's a whole bunch of...
Yeah, go down to the bottom. There's like some charts or tables, I guess we'll call them. And it will give you like the battery life over time, and then it will give you like an estimated battery life, like based on how you've been using it, like what you can anticipate for actual battery life.
I should be able to do this faster, but I am.
Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be like a live thing.
Cycle count. Maybe this is. Well, I don't know what the high cycle count. This is 182 cycles.
The other thing is, so you've had 2 years. It's probably not that high, but. You might want to like run the battery down a couple of times in a row, like let it actually run out and then charge it and then let it run out. The kind of just like the health of the battery. I'm sure there's a way to see that as well. Like it's at some percentage of its maximum capacity.
Oh, it says battery duration active 42 minutes. Connected standby 2 hours and 2 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay.
I don't know. Well,
it's probably better than 42 minutes, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Just leave it on. Just leave it on and unplug it. Let it run down and then plug it back in.
Yeah, just leave it near some combustible items and
play a video or something on a loop. Just let it go. Let it drift off.
Got a pile of old newspapers over there. I'll just set it right on top of that.
Yeah, I would put it on that sturdy table that could never be set on fire no matter what you did to it. Like if your house ever burns down, the only thing standing on your property will be that desk or table or whatever it is.
Yep, everyone's got one. It's got 4 legs made of metal.
Exactly. It will be the thing that holds up the rest of your house as it collapses. Like it will survive where the foundation does not.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else for today, Mr. Paul?
No, do I? No, I guess not. The only thing I'll just say actually really quick, because I've been complaining about my computer. This morning I got up and it just came on. It was fine.
I heard you talking bad things about it.
Well, but here's what I did. So see, the problem is I'm worried about, I don't want to corrupt anything, right? So right. I do sometimes actually, but I don't usually leave like open documents, like Word running with an open document. Although those things should autosave, whatever. Not a big deal. But I closed down a couple of applications, and before I went to bed or whatever. But I left the thing running, and now I'm wondering, like, what if it's related to like applications I run regularly? Like, what if the problem is one of the apps?
Yeah.
So now I have I don't know. I have got this other computer like kind of ready to go, but now I'm wondering if I shouldn't keep testing this.
Yeah.
So when it fails tomorrow, I'll just throw it in the trash.
Maybe the guy who's taking down your satellite dish can just haul that out too.
Yeah, if he hit right away, like there's a pretty good chance he's gonna kill himself while he tries doing that. They're out there like painting the outside of it. Like most of our house is sided, but like the what do you call it? Like the eaves, the edging or whatever is wood, I guess, that's painted. So my wife, I never leave the house, so I would never have noticed this, but apparently it needed to be painted. So it's not like a humongous job, but it's like all over the house and it's kind of up high and everything. So yeah, one of those guys or those two guys are gonna go up my roof, and it could be hilarious or terrible, I guess, depending on how it goes. But I'm gonna try to document it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do it for the best of us.
Exactly.
For the best of us.
America's
all right, folks. Well, that wraps it up for today. Tomorrow, yeah, it is Friday, so we should be back at 1 o'clock. I was gonna say Pacific time. We've never done it at Pacific time. I'm off my rocker.
So when are you going to post this one, Brad? You think like Sunday?
We'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Just give us an idea.
Just it'll go up eventually, sooner rather than later.